Hello everybody, welcome to KSI Data Research. Welcome to Data Analytics Data Science Classroom.
Today's tips is data types. Let me go to the SQL server. So here is our SQL server. We are using the database is a practice. So we can execute database so that we can using this practice database. So using this practice database, today tips, we're going to talk about the different data types. The integer, big integer, small integer, and tiny. Okay, so we can use in default for the number, we always, most of the time we use integer, but there is a time we can save the storage space by using the one is appropriate for the data. So we can use big integer, small integer, or tiny integer in our data type. All right. So choosing the right numeric data type in SQL Server. Okay. So here is the table. As you can see, this table has a 4 column. This column has a different data types. Like for ID, I put integer, age is tiny integer, and total order is a small integer, and royal point is big integer. So let's create this table. The table is created. So when to use a customer ID is a integer. So by default numeric, we always use the integer. Most of the time we can use the integer, but we can use tiny integer for the age, because for age never can go more than like 150 is age is sometime between 0 to 100, or it can go a little bit higher, but is never pass 255, because the tiny integer has to be between 0 and 255. So if I try to insert data with a 35, age is fine, 60, 50, 70 is everything is fine. But if I put over here one more zero over here, it will overflow. It will not run this. It is not going to insert this data. If you say execute right over here, it's going to say arithmetic overflow error for data type. Tiny value is 350. So tiny integer has to be between 0 and 255. That is tiny integer. So to saving the space, we can use tiny integer over here. So then it is fine. Okay. So also for order type, total order. So if you think about the storage type, for tiny integer takes 1 byte. And then total order, small integer takes 2 byte, and integer takes 4 byte, and big integer takes 8 byte of data storage. Okay, data storage. So that means we can choose accordingly with all this data type. So if it is a small integer, so that has to be between 0 to 32K. Okay, it is 2 byte, so it has to be 0 to 32K. And if I put more than that, if I put this number over here, then it would be too big for uh, order type. So then it will also going to have a problem, because it's going to say, arithmetic overflow again for small integer. So it can be only up to, it can be only up to 32,000. Okay, 32,000. So if I put like this, then it is fine. It is going to execute. Okay, 32,000. I mean, it should be one less, 32K. Okay, so if I put this, then it would be fine. Okay, So it is going to be fine, 32K. It cannot get more than 32K. So we can use, if I know that this value never going to this order, never going to go more than 32K, so we can use a small integer. So that's how we save the space also. And then big integer, definitely it is more than a billion. Okay, so if it is goes more than a billion, then we can use big integer. Big integer is like a huge number. So if I put, trillions or 100 trillions, then it would be fine. So then it would be fine to insert that data. So for the point, depending on the column and depending on the column, what kind of data is going to be there, based on that, we can choose a small integer or tiny integer or big integer. But integer always used by default for some time for the data type for customer ID. It is takes a huge number, but in general we can use by default we can use integer. Okay, but we can choose other types of data based on the column and what type of the data we know already is going to be there. All right, I think you understand this. This is how you're going to choose the data in a SQL server, numeric data in a SQL server. So thank you for watching. This is the tips for data type I'm going to use, and coming more tips also related to data type also. Thank you. Thank you for watching. If you like to have more tips in the field of SQL, Power BI, Python for machine learning, advanced Excels, subscribe our channel. Also, if you like to join free webinar, follow our Facebook page and website. Please check the link below in the description. Thank you again.